Maxime, I'd like to talk a little bit about, we have a crowded market space of EDR, XDR, MDR. I mean, you could call them doctors across the board, right? Like, let's be real. Talk to me a little bit about, how we've gotten to this crowded market space and then just kind of piggyback that with, what you guys are doing to kind of help alleviate some of that with your security operations cloud platform.
Absolutely. I think the best way to kind of reason through that is the starting point in my mind is the Gartner hype cycle. So Gartner hype cycle, right? The TLDR is, look, there's a new concept that comes out, a lot of really high interest very early on. A lot of companies start to get into that market. There's a lot of buzz about it. And then after a couple of years, a lot of those companies die off. And it's really because we go from a lot of buzz and a lot of excitement around that type of capability, and we move into the space where we can say like, hey, I understand that capability. We know where the value is in that type of capability. And so, you don't need 50 different companies each doing crazy things in that space. Really, there's a couple that are needed and that found where the gold nugget is and where the value is. And then, it becomes like EDR, right? EDR, everybody knows what it is.
Yep.
So if you start from there, from that explanation, what we're doing is we're saying, look, there's this hype cycle. And right now, cybersecurity is just accumulating all of this hype. Meaning, still to this day, right? How many EDR vendors are there? Or there's XDR. And it's like that across so many different types of solutions. And we can't sustain this, right? If you're in an enterprise, you're a CISO, you can't just keep adding new line items about new vendors. So what we're saying is, look, this is, there's a proven track record here, which is once the hype cycle dies down and we figure out where's the value in those solutions, we're really looking for features and not vendors at that point. And so that's why we're taking this cloud approach where we're saying, look, we're not here to compete on some crazy cutting edge stuff that, a bunch of companies are coming out with. We're just here to remove a lot of the things that are well understood, where we know where the value is, and then take those and not make them as products or companies, but really make them features that people can just access easily. They can just control and integrate easily, remove the number of vendors a lot in that space, right? So simplify the ecosystem, make it easy to connect those understood technologies together. And I think it's a sign of maturity, is how I would put it, right? The industry is growing in maturity, and we're kind of showing it by doing this, by putting those features together in a cloud.